About 2 weeks away from the start of free agency, and Kenyan Drake is still out there. Yeah, I don't think we're going to re-sign him. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with yet another video of the Arizona Sports Fan. Thank you so very much for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit free agency talk. Now, we're about 2.5 weeks away for free agency's official start, and guys, this is the start of pretty much the new year and coming and seeing what the Arizona Cardinals is going to look like. Now, a big name out there for, at least for the Arizona Cardinals sign, is Kenyan Drake. Is he going to get rehired by the Arizona Cardinals? That's exactly what we're going to go ahead and talk about. But first, if you guys are new here and you have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. We're going to be the #1 stop shop in YouTube, everything Arizona Cardinals, free agency, draft talk, and all that different stuff. We're going to go ahead and see the Arizona Cardinals get built for the 2020 season, and I am super excited about it. So going over to the topic of choice here, I wanted to go ahead and take a moment to talk about Kenyan Drake. Now, currently right now, as we're sitting, it's February 5th, 2020, and Kenyan Drake has still not been signed by the Arizona Cardinals. Now, we went ahead and got DJ Humphries signed up, and Kenyan Drake's still out there. Now, there's been multiple speculations out there that Kenyan Drake is looking to cash in big this coming offseason. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know. I really don't know what the market is for a running back anymore, because all these big name running backs they have gotten paid are not producing as much as, they once did. And now a lot of organizations are really looking into seeing what the market is for the running back position, and they're really being cautious as to what they're going to do. There's some reports out there that Kenyan Drake is not going to accept anything less than $8 million to $10 million per year on his contract. Now, as far as Kenyan Drake goes, Kenyan Drake came from Miami Dolphins. We all know that. We ended up getting from the Miami Dolphins this last year for a 5th round pick. A really good acquisition from Steve Keim. I'm really happy about it. But the truth of the matter is Kenyan Drake going to get, the big dollar signs? Is he going to get all that money that he's wanting to get? Now, I guess the most important part here is the Arizona Cardinals going to re-sign him? Now, here's my opinion on that. Arizona Cardinals is not going to go ahead and go anywhere near $8 million to $10 million a year just to re-sign Kenyan Drake. I can 100% say that right now. Now, the reason for that is because this man right here, David Johnson, currently right now still on the roster, and we're going to pay him upwards about $13-14 million for this coming year. Now, I know we had this conversation about possibly trading him. We're not going to go ahead and dive into that. If you do want to talk about that, we'll have a link up here, which is a video that we talked about that for David Johnson. So Kenyan Drake wants $8 to $10 million this coming year, and I do not see that happening for the Arizona Cardinals to go ahead and get him. Now, obviously, we all know as to why, because of David Johnson. Now, there is not anything in my mind right now that I can foresee the Arizona Cardinals doing and spending upwards of close to actually over $20 million in one single position. It's crazy. It shouldn't be done. No way in heck will I be on board with signing Kenyan Drake if David Johnson is still on the roster. Now, as of right now, like I mentioned, we only have about 2 weeks before the talks of negotiation starts, and about 2.5 weeks until free agency actually starts and we, get the pen to the paper and actually get the deals done. Right now, why are we not talking to other teams and getting David Johnson moved? I would not want to see another situation where we wait and do not get the running back that most people here want. I could probably put a poll right now and tell you, would you want to keep Kenyan Drake? And most of you would say yes. Now, there is a few of you that would say no, they don't really like Kenyan Drake, but a lot of the people most likely will say, yes, I'm all on board with signing Kenyan Drake, but it's not going to happen, guys. It's absolutely not going to happen unless we get rid of David Johnson. So I would hope that the front office has done their due diligence and contacted multiple different teams and trying to find out if anybody wants to get David Johnson at that point. I would have thought that Tampa Bay would have jumped on the opportunity to pick him up. But I mean, I think at this point right now, I think we're kind of flailing, like the whole transaction with Josh Rosen. I don't like to seem like a team that's desperate. And right now, if that's what their plan is to move on from him, I would hope that they would have had a little bit of a better plan, not so much 2 weeks out of free agency, because right now we're kind of sitting in a spot where we're kind of twiddling our thumbs and figuring out is Kenyan Drake going to get re-signed or not? Are we going to have him as our number one running back? Is Chase Edmonds going to be our number one running back? I don't know. No, I feel like there would be 3 different situations that can possibly go on this coming offseason with our whole running back situation right now. So option number 1, trade David Johnson, sign Kenyan Drake, and keep Chase Edmonds as your backup. Now, I think that one right there, everybody likes the idea of that one. Everybody fell in love with the idea of keeping Kenyan Drake. Now, the reason for that is because they've seen the explosiveness of Kenyan Drake. They like the idea of a running back that doesn't fall down when he's by first contact. He's a hard runner. I've seen really good things for the limited time and the limited games that we've seen from Kenyan Drake. I really do like him in this Cliff Kingsbury offense. I think he can thrive. To have Chase Edmonds back there as a backup, I would be super on board with that. And, getting hopefully a draft pick for David Johnson would be, a plus. I know it's probably going to be like a later round draft pick, maybe a 6th or 7th. But at that point, I think that one would probably be the best scenario that anybody can possibly think of. My scenario number 2, keeping David Johnson and have Chase Edmonds as your backup. Now, this one right here scares me a little bit, and I'm not going to lie to you. It scares me because David Johnson has had multiple injuries, and Chase Edmonds has just came off a season that he was injured. If they did go this route, I would be 100% on board with the Arizona Cardinals going out to free agency and picking up another possible veteran running back there and, getting some of us out back there, because you don't know what's going to happen, especially with David Johnson's injuries, especially with Chase Edmonds' injury last year. We can't depend on the ability to have Alfred Morris back there, to have Zenner back there. It's just not... there's nothing in my mind that would frustrate me more to not have a backup plan. So I would think maybe getting somebody in free agency like a Jordan Howard, like a Kareem Hunt, or even like a Matt Breida. I don't think like those players will get an obscene amount of money. I feel like they can get re-signed by the Arizona Cardinals. Like Jordan Howard, I feel like he's a journeyman. I do like the way he runs. I do still feel like he's productive. I don't feel like he's been put in a situation where he was constantly always, the number one. Especially in the Eagles, he was had 2 other running backs behind him, and they were kind of playing a carousel of who's going to be the number 1 running back pretty much. But I like Jordan Howard. I know Kareem Hunt just recently kind of got in trouble again with the law. Maybe we can get him on a cheap. And then there's also Matt Breida as well. I do like the explosiveness of Matt Breida. I don't know if the San Francisco 49ers are thinking about re-signing him because they have Mostert on their roster, but those are some great options that we can possibly look into and getting in free agency to get that backup to the backup, or even the backup to David Johnson, or heck, even make him the number 1 running back. Let them all duel it out together and find out who's the best running back in this Cliff Kingsbury's offense. Third option. My third option is going to be trade David Johnson, let Kenyan Drake go, have Chase Edmonds, but getting a running back in the draft. Now, if we get a running back in the NFL 2020 NFL draft, we're going to have to use a pretty high pick for a running back. Now, I'm talking about a 2nd round pick, or even maybe trying to see if we can trade up back into the 2nd round, maybe in the later rounds, and picking up a player like J.K. Dobbins, picking up a player like Jonathan Taylor, or even picking up like a DeAndre Swift, I believe his name is, a premier running back, one of the top ones that are coming out from the draft. There's that option as well. Now, I don't like that one that much because we're depending on Chase Edmonds, and then also depending on a rookie to kind of come in here and save the day and basically blow our socks off of this offense and seeing how they all roll through. Now, I do like the idea of getting J.K. Dobbins, but the only issue with that is that I feel like that's putting too much pressure on a rookie coming down, and, this draft class of running backs is probably not the best draft class in running backs, so getting J.K. Dobbins and using like a 2nd round pick, or even, try to trade back into the 2nd round and getting like a later 2nd round pick, I don't know if it's going to be worth it. Personally would love option number one, trading David Johnson, signing Kenyan Drake, as well as keeping Chase Edmonds as their backup. I love that scenario. Let me know what you guys think in those possible 3 scenarios that can happen for the Arizona Cardinals. Post it below. Leave this video a like, and if you have not already, please consider subscribing. This is the #1 stop shop for everything Arizona Cardinals. Draft, free agency, guys. We're about 2.5 weeks away to find out, guys. All right, that's all I got. Thank you so much.